Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I don't want to overstate it, but we're here at the 13D Monitor Activist Conference, something we cover every year. Jeff Smith, of course, the Starboard Value, about to take the stage. Yesterday, you may recall, of course, Splunk shares were up. I think you guys were reporting on it a bit as well, because that will be part of his presentation this morning. But wanted to give another name as well that he'll be talking about momentarily, and that is Salesforce. Mr. Smith also taking what I'm told is significant stake in that company. Of course, it's a huge market cap, and so it would be well below any reporting stake. But nonetheless, when an activist of his type takes a position in a company like Salesforce, it is perhaps noteworthy and even newsworthy. During his presentation, Mr. Smith is expected to focus on a number of areas he thinks could be improved at the company, while, of course, complimenting its management and its trajectory over a long period of time. He does say driving higher incremental margins would result in significant outperformance versus the company's investor day targets. He believes achieving and outperforming those targets would result in significant growth in free cash flow. And he does point out that he believes the valuation discount that currently is in those shares is largely the result of Salesforce's subpar mix of growth and profitability, pointing out it's not generated what he says is meaningful operating leverage relative to peers in recent years. And points out, at least in his opinion, that its targets, its long-term targets, are less ambitious than peers. So all of those going to be part of the presentation Mr. Smith will make here in a bit, and we did want to let people know again. Now, you know, how do you get active in Salesforce in a meaningful way, or does that presage the possibility of it? These days, as you well know, Andrew, you know, a lot of people call themselves activists. There's a lot of activism, but most of it does not result in proxy fights or battles for boards. It just results in a lot of conversation and quiet pressure. But certainly that would seem to be what's going on here with Mr. Smith and Salesforce. Back to you.
But when you talk about pressure, what is it exactly that is it just this is a long bet he thinks there's a lot of value there, or there's actually real things that he thinks need to change in a substantial way that he's going to actually be pushing for?
I think when it comes to the company's ability to actually deliver operating leverage relative to peers and improve its margins, he's going to be pushing for that. But it does not appear that he's going to be pushing in some way for a change in management or something along those lines, at least not at this point. But I do think the focus is going to be on their improving what he believes is a meaningful underperformance versus peers in terms of their ability to deliver margins, Andrew.
It's just worth pointing out, Salesforce is a Dow component. We are now talking about the Dow indicated up by almost 650 points. That's a gain of 7% for Salesforce, and that, again, adds significantly to the Dow. So this is something the market is paying very close attention to as you're reporting this, David.
Yeah, of course, you got co-CEOs there. Mark Benioff, of course, the man who created the company, founded it. There's been a good deal of organic growth through the years, but much of it has also come as a result of deals that the company's done, being quite a acquisitive company, as you know, Becky. You know, Benioff doesn't have a control stake of any kind, but obviously is a significant shareholder. Still owns a lot more shares than Mr. Smith does, but again, I am told it is a significant stake.
Okay. David Faber, we're going to keep our eyes on Salesforce all day. Thanks.